I don't know, like, she's out there. You're the Florida version of Sex in the City, JD.
That's when I was smoking my cigars.
Don't be an asshole today. Hello, let me adjust the recording thing.
How are you? How are things
good.
in England?
Freezing.
Freezing? I'm jealous.
28 degrees.
Wow. We had freezing for us this weekend.
My mom said I was out there having to pour boiling water on my overflow pipe because it ices up.
Uh-huh.
Water backs up and it'll back up into the attic. So I'm out there pouring hot water, bits of ice are falling out. I was, oh my God. Okay,
And
so
what?
Julie.
Hi.
Are you thinking?
Yeah, it's Spain. It's not supposed to happen. It's in the 30s and people have lost their minds. So yeah, I'm cold.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just telling JD, time to start pouring the boiling water on the pipes outside.
Oh, we're not that cold, but
Oh,
I mean, central Spain, it is in the north. They got a ton of snow, which is more common there, but still not like what they just got. So it's kind of it's a mess.
we're looking at snow, I think, in a week.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's not over.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
I can't get warm. It's like
I can't either. My hands are like blocks of ice.
I
just
know.
all day.
Especially when you're sitting.
Is it normally not cold? Doesn't get cold in Spain? Like, is it like Florida? Like it's usually
Yeah,
hot?
I mean, I'm from Detroit. It's more like kind of like a mix between Arizona and Florida. I guess where I am in the south,
okay.
it's hell with houses in it. I'm in the center, so we've got the mountains. So it's in the hundreds in the summer, but usually during the winter, I only turn my heat on maybe 1 or 2 nights. I've been running it like for a few like this last week. I'm gonna have to sell my body on the street because this bill is gonna it's in the 30s at night, and with the wind it's been in the 20s, and that doesn't really happen here.
Wow.
I'm soft after being here though, because that's normal, for Missouri and all that. So
right.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I can't in the summer. My house is like a pizza oven, like a brick pizza oven. You can't get it cool, and in the winter, like you just can't get it warm.
There's not
insulation. Only warm when the heat is like running. It doesn't hold the heat in for any amount of time.
I think, Denise, that maybe are the houses not insulated there as well as because
the older ones, the older ones, but ours is a new build. Ours is only 10 years old.
Yeah,
ours is Spain doesn't really insulate because there's usually technically no reason.
Yeah,
so brick with drafty windows. And I feel you. It's just like I've got the radiator on. We don't have central heat or air here, really.
Same thing. Yep.
It's not enough. I got to go put my ass like directly on the radiator.
I know. Like normally, I sit on that sofa. There's no radiator over there, and Gemma sits in this orange chair, and there's a radiator along that wall. So she's toasty, and so lately, because I got a PlayStation game for Christmas, and I finally put it in, I've been like a maniac with it. It's Fast and Furious Crossroads.
Oh, no.
With the cars and everything. And I'm sitting in that orange chair, so I'm straight on, and I'm like, it is so much nicer on this side of the living room. Oh my goodness.
Well, I feel you. That's why there's a background change today. I'm close to the radiator right now. Yeah. Where I normally am, I'm on the other side of the room. It's not happening.
You have all one floor?
I'm in an apartment. So, I mean, that's most people.
So you have no upstairs?
I'm on the 5th floor though. So it's a little bit warmer. I mean, heat rises. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, like, because heat rises, we never turn the radiators on upstairs.
Yeah,
Like
you don't
whatever
have to.
temperature
Oh, yeah, yeah,
downstairs, it'll be that same temperature upstairs, you know?
Yeah.
But the mornings I wake up and, you know, my little clock has the temperature, and the bedroom is 61 degrees.
Oh, wow.
1 degrees.
Mm.
Like, I cannot get dressed fast enough. I'm like pulling stuff
I don't even
on.
want to get out of bed. I'm like, no,
Oh, it's so hard.
no.
Well, I
hard.
even put the heat on in South Florida, believe it or not.
My
It was
mom
cold
said
this
that Rick
weekend.
did. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
surprised.
I
Yeah.
played an outside gig.
Oh.
So the guys were freezing, but I'll tell you, I loved it because my makeup didn't melt. It was just like I got on and I was able to set up. I got on stage and I wasn't like melted and like, you know, is my
Yeah.
eyeline under here, you know?
It's your fingers. It's so hard to play when
I-
it's cold like that. Fingers just.
Yeah, you know, it bothered the guys more than it did me. I mean, I was just like, I had a jacket on. I mean, they did too. But I think this weekend I was not the girl in the band. They were the girls in the band.
That's funny. That's hilarious. I
So-
just like been cooking like a maniac because like I always think, well, that'll warm up the kitchen. You know?
Right,
Yeah.
true,
Cooking like
true.
crazy, using that oven as much as possible. Here we are in the middle of an energy crisis, and
Mhm.
you know, I'm just like using it all of it. Using
Same.
everything.
I'm horrified to see the bill, honestly, for the first time, because with the war and the gas prices going up over here, I'm sure they are
Oh,
over there as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
Like $13 today just to keep everything.
oh, I have no
Those little
idea.
smart meters,
Oh,
and I
that's,
try not to
Uh-oh.
look at it. Like
I
I'm
don't
just
want to look. I wouldn't
Yeah.
look. I'd have to destroy it. Just because finally I was like, my nose is frozen. Like I'm in my house and
I
I'm
had
in
on an
layers.
undershirt, a t-shirt, and a sweatshirt the
Yep.
other day. Like 3 layers in the house.
Mhm.
If I still am not, if that doesn't work, then I'll have a hat on. You know, it's like, oh my
I got
god.
my fleece Duluth trading company like outdoor work pants on that I used to like build my tiny house in the winter. I
Right.
put them on in my house
Yeah, that's me.
and I'm still
Yeah.
cold. Well, my
Yeah,
butt.
always I feel like an old lady. Like I always have to have a blanket on my lap. You know. As soon as
Are
I
you
put that
15
thing
cats?
on, like all the cats. Ooh, I smell a blanket. Oh, they're all- it's crazy, man. Honestly, it's just we got snow that first week or so of December. No, the second week of December we had snow, and we were thinking that's it. You know, of course we wouldn't have it at Christmas.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's been rainy and
Mhm.
gray, and then it's like now the sun comes out, but it's 30 degrees. Like it's just it's weird. And I have to
Yeah.
walk to the dentist like every, you know, I've been going like I've had 4, 1, 2, 3, no 3. I've had 3 appointments, and I have to walk when I go. And then I'm like
Oh,
full of Novocaine and everything and drooly, and I'm walking home in the wind and the cold, and I'm like,
oh my
I can't
God.
tell if my nose is running because my face is the whole sided. I look like a hot mess walking in the door. And Gemma's standing there and she was like, how'd it go? And I'm like, hey, rolling down myself, drinking with the straw for 2 days.
Oh my God. You gotta
Honestly,
walk home from that. Wow.
I
Yeah,
would not. I don't. I'd have
frozen
to
drool,
Uber even
frozen
just a
drool,
few minutes.
frozen snot like a 5-year-old.
That's
It's
lovely.
hysterical. It's hysterical. It's honestly, it's not far. It's not like I'm, you know, on this mile-long journey. It's literally like 150 steps from the door, but it's so cold.
Like, how far is it? How far do you have to walk? Like a few blocks or?
Not even. It's maybe a
Oh.
block. Maybe a block.
Oh, okay.
don't
Okay.
come to
It's
Spain.
not horrible.
Don't come to Spain because after 20 minutes of walking somewhere close, if
Yeah.
you ask the person, you said it was short. Yeah, we're almost there, and then you walk 20 more.
No, I don't fall
That's
for that
some
anymore.
bullshit I can't deal with. I'm from
That's a
America.
London thing. Yeah,
I'm
that's a
not-
London thing. Yeah,
I'm not made
Yeah.
to walk like that. I'm
No.
sorry. Why
I'm
did
with you,
drive?
man. I'm with you. There's cabs everywhere. Why are we
There's
walking?
public transport everywhere. Get
I don't,
on
well,
the
I
metro.
don't really do that because I'm not good at understanding the schedules, like I don't really get it. But, I'll, like take a Bolt, an electric Bolt car, wherever, but when you get into London, there's black cabs every, 2 seconds. Like, why are we
Yeah.
walking? Like, it's
Yeah,
like, why are we walking? They go, it'll take longer in a cab. I don't care. I don't care. What?
Metro here isn't bad. It's like, you go down there, you don't even look at the schedule, in 2 to 5 minutes it's coming. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Like,
nice.
I mean, like, I understand it's like usually I think the train into London runs every 40 minutes, but I'm just not good at that.
Oh yeah.
Like, if I were to get off on the wrong stop, I wouldn't know how to turn around and get back on. No. Mm-mm. And that's just the train. Like, the tube is even worse for me because there's changes. And
Oh,
then
the
Yeah.
tube
like,
is the
really,
easy thing. The train's a little wilder here, but I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so there's like one option. Well, there are two. You can go north or south. And if you're
Yeah.
going south, there are no stops until the last one. If you're going north, I
Right.
mean, it's obvious you know where you're going.
Yeah, it's way different here. There's different lines, the Circle line, the Piccadilly line, the Northern line,
Yeah, I'm way out.
ours,
Like,
our train will get you, to where you need to go to get the tube if you want. There's certain stations that have both, and then there's certain ones that are just
Yeah.
over, and certain ones that are
that
under.
sounds like the center. The
Yeah,
center
it's
is bad shit.
miserable. It's
You
miserable.
gotta know. You gotta know.
If I'm
What
with
about
somebody,
those trolley, those double-decker buses? What about those? Do you have those there?
yeah, those are up and down our high street, which is fine. Like, if I had to go to the top of the high street,
Mhm.
there's a bus stop like right outside my front door almost. I could just take it up instead of walking. But if I'm gonna be walking on the main road on the high street, I'm probably gonna want to stop at like all the stores,
Probably, yeah.
bakery, the shoe store, the
Right,
the
right.
little so I won't usually take the bus, but like if I have a doctor's appointment that's at like at the top of the street, I'll take the bus just so I don't run late. But yeah, that's easy, and then you just walk to the other side of the street and get the bus to come down to go home. So that I can master that, straight shots, A to B, B to A. I got that, but anything else, no. I'm like a little lost kid, like, like I don't know where to go. I can't. When I used to have to get myself in, when I first moved here, I had way less fear. And when I was working for Sharon Glass, I had to get myself into London by a certain time. And I had to be there at 12. I had to go get her at 12 to get her to the theater by 1. And I would have to leave the house at 9 in the morning because of
so
how
you wouldn't get
busy
lost.
rush hour is.
Oh,
I would miss the first 4 trains because I just wouldn't push past people. Like, I just,
Right,
like I would just like
Ah.
stand back and be like, okay. And then the doors would close and I'd be the only one standing on the platform. And I'd be like, cool, man, I'll get the next one. And I would wait. And then like within 5 minutes, there'd be this huge crowd. And then the doors would open, and that thing where someone's getting off and someone's getting on,
Mhm.
and you got to kind of like
You're too
decide whether
polite.
you're going to push past. Couldn't do it. So yeah,
And you
it
can't
would take me.
polite, right? You can't be polite. You just gotta push
No,
through.
you got to just do it. And I
In Spain,
understand
you
that
gotta
now.
just kick your way on to. If you don't kick your way on, you're gonna be just standing there.
Right. So
Everybody's kicking their way on.
I would use that
Right.
whole, like 4 hours just to get there on time. It was brutal. Then finally, like, I got to stay in a flat that was like right around the corner from her house, so I didn't have to deal with that. I could just, she was like, here's my car service account. Get
Oh.
yourself a car. We're not walking anywhere. Get the car, come and get me. And
That
we're
was
gonna get it." I'm
nice.
like, okay. This is
Hey, speaking of Sharon Glass, I saw Barry Manilow concert on Friday
yes.
night. And Sharon Glass was in the audience, and he mentioned it, and they put the spotlight, and she stood up. Yep, and Clive Davis, Sharon Glass, and they weren't sitting together, but
Right.
they were both in the audience, but they were not in the first few rows.
No,
They
they
were
never
in the
do that. She never does that.
Really? Yeah, she was in the floor seats, but like towards the back of the floor seats. I was like, you would have thought, she would have had first
Yeah.
row,
Yeah,
but he mentioned her and she stood up. That was so cool.
that's great. Where was
Yeah.
he at? What was he at?
The
Sunrise?
Panther Stadium, the one, it's called something else now, but It used to be called BB&T Center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
saw him, I think, I swear to God, this is gonna date me, man. I think it was like 1996 or 97 at
oh, wow.
Sunrise Musical Theater. And I'm gonna put
Yeah.
it out there, and I don't care how stupid it sounds, it was one of the best concerts I ever went to.
I bet. And he still did. It was such a classy, and he is so gracious. He appreciates the audience,
Such a
loves
showman.
his band.
Yes.
Yes, he's a showman, but he loves what he does, and he appreciates even his band. He said he calls them his friends. And, you know, and he just did a great show. And he mentioned all the shows he did at Sunrise Musical Theater. So, because he says, I used to play here all the time back in the day. I used to play at Sunrise Musical Theater. It's now a church, and you know, just the whole thing.
It was
so, yeah.
You know what I loved about that venue? It was small enough to be intimate and big enough to feel like you were at a concert, you know?
Yes.
It was,
yes.
I saw Taylor Dane there. I saw Diana Ross there, and I saw Barry Manilow there. And I swear, I remember I went, and Chuck took me, my ex-husband took me.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
When we were leaving, he had this little jaunt in his step, and I was like, did you enjoy that? Because you said you were doing it for me. And he goes, you know what, I did. Like, I feel happy. We left feeling so good. Like, you knew every song, every word.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The nostalgia, like just taking you back, you
I
know.
would go again in a heartbeat. I would go again in a heartbeat, man. He's so good. I follow him on Instagram, and I like that he posts TikTok videos of people lip syncing his
Does
stuff.
he? You know what he did that was so cool? He had he said everyone with a cell phone, which was everyone, you know, put your flashlight on and hold it up, and like the whole arena looked beautiful with all of these lights, you know, all the flashlights. It was illuminated. It was a really cool thing to do.
I noticed that at not physically at an Adele concert, but watching an Adele concert, and everybody did it instead of using lighters when you used to be like, lighter,
right.
There, and when the camera panned, I don't even know where it was at. That was probably Royal Festival Hall, but it looks amazing. And nobody we got to worry about setting someone's hair on fire anymore, you know? Like, it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
Right.
All right, so it's 2023, and I was thinking about this before I came on. I thought to myself, Julie, what you accomplished in 2022. Like, I know that it went further back, like all your training and your certification.
Yeah.
But starting new businesses, starting a community page, like, it's all of it all happening in like a year, and it feels like so big. Like, it feels so big.
Yeah.
Bigger, and it is
amazing.
I actually finished my course. I am technically certified. I'm just waiting for, you know, the paper.
Oh, wow.
I passed all the clinicals, everything, you know, and so I'm good. I'm ready, and the website it should have more than the coming soon. I'm hoping to have that finished by Monday. There are a few technical difficulties this week. And I've been waiting for my testimonials to come in, because I actually have quite a few.
So exciting right there.
So I have to add those. And so apexcommunitycoaching.com it should be finished up on Monday, and it should look a lot different. I'm going to have to get some better pictures of myself done, but I have some decent ones for placeholders. So,
it'll be live on Monday then.
Yes. I mean, it's up, and, you know, if people want to get in touch with me, I've got all the information. I've got some downloads there for a free 2023 goals sheet. That doesn't you don't just list your goals. There are places to discuss, like write down, okay, well, why and how can why am I doing this, and how, you know, what is the first step in doing this? Just so you're not just like, I'm going to do this with no plan.
Right.
So that's free. So anybody who wants it, you don't have to sign up. Just go to apexcommunitycoaching.com. If you don't want to sign up, that's cool. Huh?
Like, what a perfect time.
Yeah.
This
Yeah, they were up there for they were up there for New Year's.
Yeah. New
So-
year, new me. Like I just
Yeah.
thought, oh my God.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
free, so just download
perfect.
them and go from there. And then on Monday, it should look different. I'm hoping it's almost all different. Is there a kitty cat?
Whisker.
I see a whisker.
whisker.
I'm also working on, it's actually blowing up right now. We just started this, one of my classmates and I, she has a similar personality to mine, but she works in a different area. So I am working on mindset and grief issues in the LGBTQ community. And I actually added grief just because I think it tends to be, it isn't across the board, but I've noticed that with all my clients, the thing that seems to have them stuck the most stems from a type of grief. And I think in our community,
so many kinds.
we open,
Yeah.
we only think of grief as, my grandma passed away. That's the only grief that's recognized. But, in our community, it's okay, my family doesn't accept me. I've hidden who I am. I am looked at differently. I'm thought of as less. And we still carry our authentic selves through this grief.
Right.
Which can be great.
Right.
And it rewires the way you think. So, you know what? That is the root, not of all of the things I've, clients have talked to me about, but a lot of them. And so I'm going to focus on that and trying to get people the goal is to help someone through it, because you can't ignore it. You can't just go around it. It's always going to be there. But to deal in a healthy way and move past and succeed. Because if you don't deal, it's coming right back. It's coming back.
Right.
Right. It does. It
absolutely.
with everything, your work, your relationship.
Oh, yeah. The way you think, it's that negative voice. It can cause that negative voice too. But I'm working with my classmate, a co-coach, and she works with relationships and intimacy, all types of relationships, all types of intimacy. We're putting together a relationship workshop, strengthening relationships and closeness and bonds with people. And we're focusing, because she's an ally, she wants to work more with a diverse community. So I was like, well, why don't I put this out there to the LGBTQ community? Right. And she's like, okay, I would love to do that. Will I be accepted? And I was like, if you're an ally, yes, And so her name is Christina Morelli. And so we're setting up a workshop, kind of putting it out there. We have a group in Sacramento that's interested. We have a group in Colorado Springs and New York City who have already gotten back. They want to know more, and nothing's concrete yet, but we're really hoping to work with, we're setting up an online workshop. Obviously, it's easier for everyone, and hoping to limit it to 30 people so we can facilitate productive conversation, activities. It's not going to be us lecturing, because neither of us have that style. We want this to be peer led, but we just gently guide if it gets off track, and we have things to offer that help people move in a very productive way, in a productive direction.
That's
right.
Yeah.
It's
really, you're right about the fact that, like, when anybody hears the word grief, they immediately go to mourning. You're mourning someone, but
true.
You could be like grieving the loss of a job.
And in our community, there are so many instances. I mean, just so many instances of that. And the thing is, we're expected to be very strong, and because we've told ourselves, and we've had to be strong for so long.
Right.
Especially those of us who came out, who are above 30 and came out in the US, we had to be super strong to get through that, man. Like, I mean, unless you were growing up in, on one of the coasts in a major city, I think most people had a lot of experience. Hey, kitten, that, that rewire your brain, I mean, just.
No, that's true.
Hate
I believe that,
strangers. How do you not mourn just the undeserved hate from every angle, know? And so you carry it. You never talk.
I appreciate that you're LGBTQ focused, because we carry a lot of that kind of stuff, but during the pandemic, I realized, especially in those Trump years, I felt so bad for the Asian Pacific community, you know, like the Asian hate is so, like, oh my God.
There was here as well.
Yeah. And here, like, it was just insane.
Wow.
It wasn't quite so bad here as it was in the US, but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had that 9/11 feel, like when everybody was like giving Muslims dirty looks all the time, you know? It had that feel to it. It was just, you know, it always amazes me that, like, globally we never learn, you know what I mean?
And it's true what you say about since COVID, like people are grieving loss. A lot of times the changes in their life was because they lost something, because people lost jobs. But another thing is people time, and people lost, like a lot of people work from home now. And I know some people that find it harder to work from home than when you used to get, you know, when they would get up and out and, you know, coffee in hand, going to work and seeing other people at work, camaraderie.
Right, whether you liked your coworkers or not.
You lost the comfort and safety of a routine that you built your life on.
Right.
And getting out of the house a little bit. Yeah. And it's like
having the rug pulled out. Right.
Right. And then what I believe happened is that these companies realized that they could save so much money in office space rent by having everyone work from home, that it didn't go back to normal for so many people as far as seeing their coworkers and going to lunch with people and that camaraderie. And that's a big loss, because for a lot of people, that's a big part of their social life. Is their friends at work, lunchtime, lunch, you know, friends and stuff. So that's got to be, people probably, you know, I'm sure they need someone like you to talk to help them through navigating the new normal. I know everybody says that word, that terminology now.
But you know what? Like, those situations are the ones that I feel like have a tendency to spiral into like a depression.
What's that?
Yeah.
If you're aware enough to know that it's affecting you somehow, and you can't put your finger on it. Yeah. So I think that's
and the spiral it can take you to such a bad place so fast. Even if you're aware of the spiral, it's so hard to slow it. So you know, I mean, working with people to kind of maybe, I mean, and it's easier for me. And you know, I'm not saying this because I'm some magical oracle or something, but I'm outside of the problems that you're dealing with.
Right.
So I can look at it in a different
perspective.
way. I can see things that other people can't see. And I've learned I have a lot of tools on top of that. You know, I mean, you can have a friend who does that as well, which is awesome. They may not have the same tools that I have to help you forward. So, you know, we just look at things and try to get a different perspective, a mind shift, just a shift in your,
it's a huge
way you're processing.
It's a huge step.
Well, just one step is it can change so much.
Right.
Adding one positive that brings you joy, it starts turns the faucet on of that healing and that gratification. And once that starts, man, that snowballs in a good way.
Yeah, it's true. Like I have never, this is going to sound like such a dumbass example, but seriously, I've never been a person that gives a shit whether I have a house plant or not. But during COVID,
looking behind you right now,
right? Okay, over there on the mantle,
on display.
I've just like, and it's like every Monday, do the little watering thing, pick the dead things off. I'm so into it. And it's like, it started like during COVID because I just felt like I needed to see something different, you know?
Yeah.
I'm in my house all the time.
Doesn't it? It feeds you. It's just a small thing, but it changes so much. For instance, I won't leave a dirty dish in the sink when I go to bed. Like, I know that's weird, but that's that's my thing. That's
the same way.
Waking up to a clean kitchen, you know, it's something about that for me is my little routine that is very simple, takes 5 minutes usually.
Yeah.
You know, that my day is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some weird reason.
Absolutely.
That's a no-brainer. And you know, the thing, I don't like when people like label that and say, oh my God, you're so OCD, or oh my God, how OCD is that? It's not.
I get that. But
It's
you know,
not,
I'm doing
right.
it. I'm making the conscious decision to do it because
Right.
I realized
Right.
that changes something. I do something small and I wake up to something that pays off more than what I did.
Right.
And it's silly. Yes, it's not OCD. I can leave them there. I actually don't care.
Right,
But the thing is, I don't want to because
Right.
I know I'll
Exactly.
feel better in the moment.
Right. It's not like
Mhm.
I and I'm like, I go overboard. I don't want anything in the sink, but I don't want anything in the drain board either.
Right.
Right.
So
What makes you
yeah,
happy?
it's weird. Like it's just one of those things. Like it does just makes your day start off a little like you're ahead of the curve already. You know, like that's
Right.
kind of a plus in my book. You know, like I'm not.
Yeah.
One of my clients, she set aside half an hour a week, which doesn't seem like much at all because half an hour a week to paint. And that I've
Paint
had
artistically, yeah.
yes, because that's something that they liked doing a long time ago, and it always brought them peace. But they told me, you know, I don't have time with, you know, kids and all this stuff. I was like, okay, but you know, you don't. Do you need to paint an entire picture to feel that feeling? And they were like, no. And I was like, okay, well,
They just
how
wanna.
much can you spare? And they've been working. They've gotten back to me. It's been probably 5 months since I talked to them. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm still doing this 30 minutes a week, and it's so
That's
great.
so
Oh,
good.
30
wow.
minutes in a week.
Yeah,
Like,
that's good.
it seems
I'm
small.
trying to get my mom to do that.
Yeah.
My mom gets bored very easily, you know, and I totally get it. And it's not because of COVID, and she's just, her mobility is so limited. You know? So it's a lot for her to go out and do something, even though she wants to so bad, you know, like on Mondays, I like to go to the casinos, and on Friday, I like to go to the casinos, but on Tuesday, Nadine comes, but Wednesday, I'm a little bit bored because I don't really do anything. So I bought this art kit, you know, and I just like a tabletop easel, you know, and some paints and some charcoals and stuff like that. And I was like, that's great. So months and months have gone by, and I'm like, Mom, have you started like anything with the art stuff? And she was like, no. And the way she said it, it was like, oh, she forgot she bought it. Like I could tell. You know?
Yes.
So I keep reminding her that it's there.
Coaches do this,
Yeah.
but it's so normal because if it's not part of your routine, you forget it.
It's not.
Exactly.
It's got nothing. She would just sit there scrolling Facebook when she could be doing that.
Right.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
we'll be in the middle of a text and she'll just drop off, and I'm like, what the hell? Like and then I'll switch over because she's not answering, and I'll be scrolling Facebook, and all of a sudden it'll be like Marlene liked. I'm like, she stopped talking.
On Facebook. Oh, no.
Yeah. So she's scrolling away, and that's when I want to like literally call and say, go get your art stuff.
Do it.
But I don't want her to
Do
be
it.
resentful about it. So it's a delicate thing. Yeah, I do think, you know, like what would a half an hour be?
Good for your dexterity.
You know?
But you know, you have a lot of discipline though, because that takes a lot of discipline, I think, when you're home during the day, right? To like compartmentalize and say, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and I'm going to get, you know,
I think
this.
about it right before I go to bed, so that I kind of have And
I'm
if
more
I
like your
remember
mom.
if I remember in the morning, then
I am so easily detoured. I am so easily like I could be in the middle of literally attempting to do something and then see something in an email or a text and like, oh, I forgot why I needed to tell this person something, and totally forget about what I started out needing to do. So I always like really respect the, you know, people that basically you're working from home and you're doing all your voiceovers work and your book and everything. I mean, that's got to be hard.
I mean, I'm grateful that I don't have like a lot of heat when it comes to deadlines. You know what I mean? Like I do it to myself. Like I'll tell my director, yeah, I'll get that to you next week. And then I fuck around until like noon on Friday. And then I get it in by the end of Friday. Let me ask you, let me ask you this, like, do you find that a majority of people that are coming to you for help are incredibly self-aware? Like, you're
Yes.
not gonna get someone who has no idea that they're like an utter fuck.
No,
You know what I mean? Like,
every one of my clients knows that that something is stopping them from getting to where they want to go. Most of them have a pretty good idea of what that is. And the ones who don't are still very self-aware, and they say there's something there. I don't know what is getting me stuck, you know, and then we just kind of go through their schedule, and, you know, you listen to tone, you listen to, you know, but honestly, the majority of them, the vast majority, have a very good idea, ballpark idea of, okay, something in this area of my life is stopping me. This is where I'm headed. This is where I'm going, but something is stopping me from this area. I want to work on this area.
that's great.
So I mean, you have to really, to reach out to a coach, you have to know, you have to have that drive to be headed somewhere. You don't have to know exactly what it is. It could be as you know, general as, okay, I want a better job. You know, 4 years from now, I want to be in a better job. Okay, what job? Okay, doesn't matter, but I want a better job. Okay, well, we're going to talk about what makes it a better job for you. What is your definition of a better job? Okay, and how does that differ from where you are now? And
so it's never a motivation thing.
Right.
You know, like, it's thing.
No,
they're motivated.
They're very motivated.
Contact it. Right.
You have to be. You know what? Honestly, I don't want to work, and you know what? I'm sorry to. And if this grapes rubs anybody the wrong way, it's not an insult. It's just where you are in your life. I don't want to work with anybody who's not motivated. It's not going to do us any good. You're going to throw money at me. I'm going to throw advice at you and spend my time, and neither of us are going to get anything from it. I honestly, you know, I want to make a living doing this, but my main thing is, you know, I went after this career because the feeling I get when someone figures something out on their own because we're talking is amazing. Like, I had a client a few weeks ago. They wanted to focus on strengthening their managerial skills, and we just talked it out. And you know what? Last week we had a massive breakthrough. My client was like, "Oh, why can't I just combine this passion in my life with this skill I already have? You know what? I'm going to do that." And I was like, "Okay, what does it look like? How is this going to look? What actionable step you're going to take?" "Oh, I'm going to email my coordinator." I was like, "Okay, when?" Next week." "How about tomorrow?" "Okay, tomorrow." But the thing is, they're doing it. And now a few weeks later, this is not an idea that came to them. This is a plan, and it's a scheduled event. That made me feel amazing, because the thing is, I'm not giving you things that I have that you don't.
Right.
I am helping you find things you already have that I see that you've forgotten are there. And that's what's beautiful.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, kitten, I see little whiskers and a little chin.
Right over the camera. Right over the camera.
So are you now like fully, I know you were working towards the goal of being fully licensed and like fully on, you know, forge ahead. Are you at that point now?
Well, they don't do licensing with coaches. I am certified now.
Yeah.
I am waiting for the official paper, but if you go and, I mean, my name will be added to the roster in the next few weeks, just because of the bureaucratic parts. Just ended. So, I am fully certified.
All right, ladies.
Well,
Mind me, I got to go play a little bit before bed.
Oh, I'm going to miss seeing you guys every month.
I know, but we're still going to do quarterly check-ins.
We got to reconnect. I love this. I look forward to this.
We're going to do quarterly check-ins because we want to know how things are going, and we always want to be able to get the word out.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Considering like next week's kind of a launch in a way.
Yeah, I mean, and
Right.
you know, if anybody wants to reach out, like, yeah, I mean, they can just send me an email on APEX communitycoaching.com. It says sign up, but it also has an email address. So if you don't want to put in your name, that's cool. I don't spam people, honestly. I'm too lazy for
Okay.
that. I send stuff out maybe once every 2 months if there's an offer. You know, I haven't done that yet, but that's my plan. I did the same with my music. You know, I'm not going to send you stuff all the time. But if you want to reach out, my email's up there, and also just go get your free stuff. There's a guide for dealing with annoying, unaccepting, homophobic family around the holidays, which I know was good for the holidays, but you can use it for Easter too, and that's coming up.
Yeah,
So,
there's a lot of holidays.
just go grab those guides. They're free, you know, and you don't download anything, and I can't track who downloads it. So if you get it 50 times, I don't care. Have fun. You know, print it out and give it to your friends. I don't care. It's for you. And you know, yeah, hopefully I'll have my beautiful mug shot up on the site next week, and some more information about what I do, and you know, what I can do for you. More important, how I can help.
That's a good thing. I mean, the first step is just reaching out, especially if people have like questions.
Oh
you know,
yeah, and if anybody has a question, just
if it's right for you.
ask. You know, send me an email. There are no dumb questions. You know, I mean, I know this is a mystical kind of career. I didn't really know exactly what to think before I signed up for it. So if you have a question, just ask me. I'm not gonna think you're weird for asking. You know, what the hell do you do? Okay, well, I'll tell you.
Right.
Know?
Yeah, that's
depends on what you need.
Yeah.
But essentially, yeah.
Well, when you get
I love you guys.
When you get that set up, like send that to me, you know, the link and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Get your picture up and everything, and then I'll start sharing it on social media, and you know, put it on the page, and you know,
read it.
Instagram. I'm not on Twitter. I am, but I'm not checking. But I just did set up an Instagram. I finally finished my logo 2 days ago. It's beautiful.
Oh wow.
I made it from scratch. I'm so proud. I love it. And that is only available to be seen right now at the Queerest Coach, coach, not the queer coach. That's someone else, and I don't know who it is. But I am the Queerest.
That's cool.
So I'm on Instagram. There's literally nothing up yet. Just my face and a picture, but there's also a link to the site.
I'm gonna look for it right now.
Yeah, do. And you can find my co-coach is one of my 2 followers, Christina Morelli. She's very awesome and does what I do, but focuses on relationships and intimacy, and not just sexy times, but talking and connecting and you know, all those good things. So
the
Queerest Coach.
The Queerest Coach. Okay.
Hopefully
all right, I will share that for sure.
I'm gonna wait and see if you find
it.
Yes. It's me.
Is
my
that
little face.
Logo?
That is my beautiful new logo. I made it myself. There was a lot of swearing involved, and I love it because I built that on pixel art by myself.
Beautiful job.
I'm so proud.
Beautiful job.
A big gay rainbow flying out of that mountain. So
that's excellent.
I love it. It's a little reminiscent of
did I steal someone's copyright?
No, not at all. You know, the peacock. What was the television?
NBC.
NBC.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it is a little bit.
Ding, ding.
I don't mean it in a bad way. I think it's a good way because it makes you feel.
Good, NBC didn't mean it in a gay way.
They did not.
Right.
That is super gay.
I
much gayer.
As a compliment, Julie.
No, I took it as a compliment. As a compliment.
Totally as a compliment.
That's amazing. Good job, man. Good job. So
thank you.
We can follow at the Queerest Coach on Instagram.
There will be reels going hopefully by next week. I'll have my first small reel up, just a little love to share.
Little introduction.
A little bit. It's going to be a little encouragement. That's what I've got in mind.
I'm a good.
I like it.
From there.
I'm a good reposter.
All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me. Anybody listening?
This is one of my favorite days, the Julie Schurr Day. very
Oh.
excited about today.
Oh,
I must
this is
agree.
one of my favorite days because I look forward to this all month. I'm like, when do I get to talk to them?
I know. We were bad from like October to December. We were pretty bad. So
We're back.
took a little holiday hiatus, but
No, it was
we're back on track.
It was
Yeah.
busy times though. So
We're gonna check in a couple of months and make sure things
Please
are
do.
going good. We
Yeah.
don't need the wheels to come off now. We're doing good.
just glue.
All right, girls.
All right.
Talk to you
Love you
soon.
guys.
See ya.
Why do you always run back to the lover you once knew? You're addicted to her touch.
Like never stop chasing your dreams.
And I confess,
See?
my addiction
See?
is you.
We drank way too
Don't
much
ask me
whiskey.
why I'm here tonight. I had to take this midnight drive to find you. And as I come in through the door, I see her dancing on the floor beside you. Why do you always run back to the lover you once knew? You're addicted to her touch, that's true. And I confess, my addiction is you. You look at me and in my eyes you see the hurt I can't disguise. I watch you, and though it seems I look right through, I'm noticing your every move. She's got you. Why do you always run back to the lover you once knew? You're addicted to her touch, that's true. And I confess, my addiction is you. You're my addiction. Why do you always run back to the lover you once knew? You're addicted to her touch, that's true. And I confess, my addiction is you. I turn away to mask the pain, but jealousy reveals my rage and madness. And knowing you can read my mind consumes me in a shameful kind of sadness. Why do you always run back to the lover you once knew? You're addicted to her touch, that's true. And I confess, my addiction is you. You are my drug, my ever waking need. I got you in my blood. You've got me on my knees. Why do you always run back to the lover you once knew? You're addicted to her touch, that's true.